One of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go toward the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight toward the mountains some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if we caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. This is a narration from Werner Herzog's Encounters at the End of the World, where he describes a disoriented penguin leaving his pack in the ice-cold weather of Antarctica. The lone penguin sets his gaze towards the mountains, refusing to return to the colony or hunt. He breaks from the pack with 70 kilometers of ice-capped mountains ahead. He walks alone towards certain death. His actions were read as courage, inspiring people, and becomes an internet trend in 2026. Now scientifically there are many reasons for the actions of the penguin. One of them being love. The early explanation of the penguin's story was that he lost his partner. And because penguins mate for life, he had lost his meaning of life, leading to his became disorientation. Another reason is natural disorientation of his perception of direction. Online, the penguin becomes something completely different. The penguin is seen as someone who breaks from the pack and marches to fulfill his solitary purpose, climbing the mountains. He represents the human urge that doesn't want to conform. The urge to go on their own, fulfill some greater purpose that they can't achieve by being a cog in the system. This goes against the natural instincts of survival and procreation. So this behavior is unnatural for penguins and even more surprising to inspire humans. This instinct exists in human beings because we attribute freedom as a survival attribute, just like community. There is also the reward of status after achieving greatness. The image of the penguin speaks to those urges inside of us. The penguin in the video clip and images is being named as the Nihilist penguin. Along with it, a quote is attached frequently. "I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible." The quote is by the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche has been long labeled a nihilist. Therefore the association between him and the penguin becomes natural. Though association between them is correct, but they both don't represent nihilism. These misinterpretation of Nietzsche's writing as nihilist philosophy has been done for years, and that slipped into the message of the penguin too. Nihilism states that there is no meaning of the world, neither objective nor subjective. This is a brutal stand for life. Therefore nihilism is a destructive living philosophy to live your life. These destructive powers emerge in Nietzsche's writing when he asks for destruction of false values. Nietzsche starts his philosophy with a nihilist stand, but that's not the finish line of his works. Nietzsche's ideas like Übermensch don't reject nihilism, instead they compel one to take responsibility for meaning. A thorough reading of Nietzsche's works make one realize that he prompted one to reject false beliefs and create their own values. This is not nihilism. It is post-nihilism philosophy, famously known as existentialism. Existentialism states that meaning is your own responsibility. The interpreted meaning of the penguin clip is similar to Nietzsche's message, to reject conforming and go on one's own path. The lone penguin inspires one to make their own meaning. Just like the existential philosophy of Nietzsche. Nietzsche was labeled as a nihilist because for his time the ideas he proposed seemed like utter destruction of everyone's meaning. And the part of creation of new meaning was rejected by the conservative societies of his time. The penguin is labeled as nihilist due to his association with Nietzsche and his profound loss of direction. But in their depth they are both the most accurate representation of existentialism. True nihilism is different than what they both stand for. The best representation of nihilism in media is Rust Cohle from True Detective Season 1. I think human consciousness is a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law. We are things that labor under the illusion of having a self, the secretion of sensory experience and feelings, programmed with total assurance that we are each somebody, when in fact everybody is nobody. I think the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal. Monologue from Rust Cohle. Another character is Bazarov from the book Fathers and Sons by Ivan Turgenev. He is a nihilist character to his core. Both characters represent nihilism and its lack of meaning the best. But the penguin, he doesn't walk because of meaninglessness, he walks because meaning is his responsibility.